Alrighty, important, make sure you select the right frame size. You've got 8 to choose from. So the frame size has to be exactly the same as per your sequence settings. Alright. And depending on the MoGraph, you will have some auto position options. So for our lower thirds, we've got 3 options per lower third MoGraph. Okay. So left, right, center. And then distance from edges. So this works, lower thirds are at the bottom. So this works by looking at the edge. So 50 here, it's 50 from the right, sorry, 50 from the left edge, since we've got auto position set to left. If we go to the right, it will be 50 pixels from the right and 100 pixels from the bottom. If you select center, it will disregard the X so that this guy is perfectly centered. That's it. There's some help notes here and there to help you out. Now I'm going to show you quickly one or maybe two, maybe all three. But what's important is, other than these frame sizes, the other options for text input are pretty much standardized. You have a text input option. Here you can set your type settings, including the text colors. And there's a design option. You can design your containers and strokes and whatnot. And then another section for animation. So over here we've got the container, it's got a transition in section, and then we also have animation for our text. So we'll look at them quickly. So text input should be pretty obvious and straightforward. You can type in the text. And because it's responsive, everything will resize accordingly based on what you type in. Alright? And over here, font size, so you can type in and make adjustments. Tracking. So tons of options to help you design. So if you want the second and last names to be bigger, sorry, where's the right? This one. Yeah. So I've designed this to make it really user friendly and with lots of options, and also speed. I think based on the options you have, based on the options you have, it still works pretty quick. Right, so some of the text layers, you've got an outline effect which you can enable if you want to. This one's got an additional all caps option. Alright, and then container design. So these are your colors. This a bit darker. So I'll highlight, instead of highlight, if I wanted something darker, that's what I would do. Overall opacity. And this MoGraph is a bit interesting. He's got a transparent region here, but you can adjust the transparency. So if you don't want the transparency, you can bring this all the way down and it'll be fully opaque. But of course, you still have the option with the container opacity. And you can increase the size of the transparent area by bringing it to a negative value, but be mindful that if it's too high, you're going to lose some of the text, because the text layers, they're taking their opacity values also based on the alpha channel of the transparency. Alrighty. This back to white. Now this one's a bit unique. As you can see, the highlights also affect the stroke color actually. And I'm going to set this to 25. Looks nicer. I'm going to bring this down to maybe 50. This container design. For paddings, we've got top, bottom, outer, inner. So inner would be towards the middle, outer will be towards the edge. So if I set outer, you can see this more space here, more padding. And do maybe just set this to 50 and maybe 80 there. The inner pad. And if you switch now to left padding, the values will be retained, right? So it's quite intelligent. It's going to pick up whatever selections you've done for you made for the auto position. So that's your paddings. That's it. The rest are help notes. And then we're going to look at animation. Again, there's my help note there. So when the container transitions in, you've got 9 different spots. Nine different spots to pick from where it's going to start its transition in. And then again under animation, this time we've got each text layer. For lower tiers we've got 3, we've got the names, we've got these guys here, and then we've got another layer here. So you've got 3 options to pick from, and they all work the same. Again, sorry, it's a container. So you can pick whether you're going to animate by characters, words, lines, and then you've got a couple of random options. And then you can set the position, amplitude. So if you want to move it slightly from right, you can increase the amount to move by setting the amplitude. Same with scale. Set this to 100 back to default. So scale, you've got scale, tracking, blur, and then random seed comes into play if you pick one of these 2 options. So it's pretty straightforward actually. You just have to get going with it. And then I'll pick this one. Alright, so this is I'm calling it a bullet point. If you look under this bullet point before, I think there are 2 to 4 bullet point MoGraph is part of the toolkit. Again, distance from edge should be pretty straightforward, except this one's from the top right here. So if I set this to 0, go up there, X, 0, you see it hooked up there. So 100 from edge from the top, and then 100 from the right. There it goes. Now it's got an interesting text reflow option. So what's text reflow? You can set your paragraph width. So sometimes you don't want it to be too long, and that's what paragraph width does. And what's cool about this is, even when you change, let's say you got auto reframe set up and you now want to output at 1350 by 1080, the text reflow works as you would expect. Yeah, so you get a seamless transition working across the different frame sizes with the paragraph width or auto reflow. Right, and everything else looks the same as what you've seen before. Right, you got text input, your typography option, and over here this one's got a scale option. So this is our full width, so it cuts across there, and again everything's pretty straightforward here. It's got an outline option. Yep. Enable, disable. And again, this one's a bit different. It's got new property. So it's got a footer line. It's got opacity, straightforward, line thickness. And you can adjust the length also. Yeah, and what's nice is it's responsive here. You can see the text, the line, the length conforms to the length of the text. So let's see. Yeah, this is our footer text. So if we adjusted the tracking, you can see the line adjusts its length also. And if I were to go to text input, go to footer, and if I make this shorter, you can see the line also adjusts its length. So it's pretty cool, right? So this is one of the nice features for responsive text. And same with this guy here, yeah? Alright, its tracking is linked to the size of the header text. I'm going to go to the font size header text and make it smaller. As you can see this, as you can see, the subheader text aligns well. So it tries to stick to the edge here. So you got some nice responsive features built in. Same with this guy. So if I keep the text input and reduce the text here, you can see the line here again automatically adjusts. So this is one of the ways to ensure that your design stays consistent, and you also get some nice built-in designs which you can use and reuse. So that's it. I think it's pretty easy to work with. So if you've not purchased it, please do. If you have, thank you. Questions, drop it into an email or use our Facebook, broadcastGEMs.com, and I'll do my best to answer them. So thanks, good day, cheers, bye bye.